Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Missing Link. This all star voice cast is a globetrotting adventure from Leica, the makers of Caroline and Kubo and the Two Strings. Hugh Jackman is Sir Lionel Frost, a brave and dashing adventurer who considers himself to be the world's foremost investigator of myths and monsters. The trouble is, no one else seems to agree. Zach Galifianakis is Mr. Link. As species goes, he's as endangered as they get. He's possibly the last of his kind. He's lonely, and he believes that Sir Lionel is the one man alive who can help him. Along with the independent and resourceful Adelina Fortnite, who possesses the only known map to the group's secret destination, the unlikely trio embarks on a riotous roller coaster ride of a journey to seek out Link's distant relatives in the fabled valley of Shangri-La. This is a 2019 film. It is rated PG. It runs 94 minutes, and it stars Hugh Jackman, Zoe Saldana, Emma Thompson, Matt Lucas, Stephen Fry, Timothy Olyphant, Amarita Acharya, David Williams, Ching Vadaz Aran, and Zach Galifianakis. This is Missing Link. Well, obviously didn't see this in theater, so I just watched it on Blu-ray last night, and here at my home, and I'm really I figured I was going to watch this because it was in theaters. It did come up on my list. There's really not much to be excited about here. It's not anything really exciting. It's kind of awkward for me because I just saw Abominable in theaters, and this came out many months ago, but now I'm thinking this is ripping off of Abominable because it's kind of the same idea, but Missing Link came out first, so Abominable kind of ripped off of Missing Link. So I'm kind of confused. I'll admit that. Abominable was really good. You can go check out my review of that. I already have that posted. But Missing Link, this came out first, so really this should get more credit, right? Well, it's not anything like Abominable. It doesn't have music. It doesn't have lots and lots of jokes. It doesn't have that one funny character that'll just kind of alleviate things for 2 seconds. This, I'll tell you what, if you let your kids watch The Greatest Showman, okay? That's a bad example because it has music in it. But if you let your kids watch the serious subject of The Greatest Showman, then they might enjoy Missing Link. But Missing Link is so serious. It has Hugh Jackman, so that's the connection there. And Greatest Showman has so many serious issues. The people being called freaks and other stuff. So if you agree with that kind of stuff, for children, then I guess kids might like this movie because it is really serious. It has a lot going on. It has a lot of subjects going on and the comedy is dry, but that's Hugh Jackman. That's what he's doing. He's making very serious movies, even if it's just the voice of an animated character. A Hugh Jackman movie is meant to be a little serious. And Zoe Saldana, the voice of the female in here, she didn't come in the movie until later, so she's not a huge part of it. But her character is just dry. She can be funny in person for sure, but her voice, excuse me, I hate when I have to do that. But the other serious person in here, like as a voice, he can be funny, but I don't think he is that much unless you're an adult and you get his humor. is Zach Galifianakis. Um, you know, you figure he'd play the main character. You figure he'd have lots of funny lines. He'd be able to do funny things. The funny things, yes, a little bit here and there. There's lots of things that they're throwing his character kind of into the myths, and he's new to the world, and there's a lot of funny things that he does. But honestly, I think a lot of the things kind of go under the radar for kids. Like, I knew it was funny, but watching it, I just can't imagine that a kid would get anything out of it. I think kids will be pretty freaking bored with this movie. That's my honest opinion. So, if you can watch Missing Link and not be bored, I think that's the main goal here. There's no music, there's hardly any jokes. It's a very serious storyline. It's very much trying to get this missing link back to, some kind of area where he can be with his kind. And guess what? I'm going to give the goose away because I think a lot of people have seen this movie already. The whole point of the movie is to get him to a place, and then that place rejects him and they leave that place. I hate movies that do that. I really do. Everybody else should too, because if you have a movie with one plot, one storyline, one goal, and that goal ends up being a very stupid thing, and like this movie where they put him in prison and then they escape and then they leave, and the whole point of getting there was null and void. That's a stupid movie, and it can. Movies can have twists. Movies can have a different ending than just a happy ending and all that. But this is a kids movie. It's supposed to be a kids movie. It's animated. It has lots of cartoon stuff. It has a couple of fights here and there. I'm sure the kids will at least be attracted to the action of the chase, the gunshots, the funny looking orange guy. But that's about it. This is a very serious thing. It's a very serious storyline. And then it ends up kicking itself in the butt at the end. And honestly, I thought the animation was a little off, especially with Zoe Saldana's character. Just like the lighting and the face and some other things just were not that great. And so I was not that impressed with this, and I just don't know who's going to really get a lot out of it. I don't know who's going to enjoy it. I don't know who's going to laugh at it. I laughed at a couple things, but like I said, I think it's more geared towards an older crowd. I don't think young kids are going to sit here and put up with this kind of a movie. It's too slow, it's too dull, it's too serious. So I'm going to give Missing Link a C+, and, I personally was, a little bit amazed myself as an adult with the movie, because we've seen this a million times, like where somebody's trying to get somebody somewhere else. It's an adventure. But I think they spent way too much time on the adventure, the traveling stuff. I think the people chasing them were too weird, and they didn't take their chances. They waited way too long and stuff. And I mean, there's a thing called predictability, but for that to even matter, like, it has to actually be exciting. Like, people have to actually want to predict it. So I just put a caution on this movie. If you're really excited to watch it, you'll probably get something out of it. But if you heed my warning and just skip this, find something else to watch. There's so many better movies that are animated, that have this kind of animation, that have more funny characters, that would be just more worth your time. So, a C+ for Missing Link. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. Enjoy movies. Thanks.